Wow, we are officially live on the Praylum app. This is my first live on the actual app itself, so I'm excited. If you haven't already downloaded this app, you can go to the App Store now. Man, this is a milestone, and I'm so excited to be able to do this right here, right now. But I want to share something with you that I've been thinking about, and this is something that I know that when you pay attention to what I'm going to say to you, okay? When you understand this concept, it is going to shift your life in the right direction. It is going to change your life and set you on the right course. Don't give up on the idea or ideas that has been placed inside of you by your creator. All of us are created and given everything that we need to accomplish our mission on earth. So, regardless, whatever stage that you're on right now, there's always been that idea that's been inside of you. There's always been that thought, like, man, if I can do this, if I could accomplish this. So, we've always had the idea. And I want to let you know, do not give up on the ideas that God has placed inside of you, because there are people around the world that are literally they are waiting for that idea to come to fruition. You have a business idea. Sometimes you think, man, this is never going to happen. Man, I just don't have the resources. I just don't have the right connections. I don't know the right people. What am I going to do? How's this going to happen? So, when you were created, everything that you needed to accomplish your mission came with you. Everything. One thing that I've learned is that when you begin to take action, right, things start to move in that direction. I heard someone say this, that your life always moves in the strongest direction of your thoughts. In other words, whatever you think about the most, whatever consumes you the most, that is the direction your life is going to go. So, when you have ideas, maybe you have a business idea, you want to start a business and you've always desired that, but it just seems so far fetched, and you're wondering, I can never do this. This is not going to work. Your thoughts become your reality. Just because you've channeled that energy out, things are not going to work out. So you notice that every high achiever in any industry around the world, you can go back hundreds, thousands of years. You're going to notice that your life, the lives of the people that lived before us, always moved in the strongest direction of their thoughts. Because your thoughts hold you captive, right? Or they can liberate you. So you're sitting now and you've been sitting on this thing. You're not really sure. And you're thinking, nah, maybe that's not even gonna work. Who is even going to like an idea like that? Who's even going to maybe invest in an idea like, who's even gonna care about something like that? I want you to go online when you can. Go online and I want you to search dumb ideas that made people millions and billions. Just search online, or you can go to an AI tool. Just search. Give me 10 crazy ideas. Give me 10 foolish ideas. Give me 10 dumb ideas that made people wealthy, or ideas that seem so out of this world. Now, Elon Musk became the world's first trillionaire. One of the things he said was, when he was building his company, right, the SpaceX, he said that he knew that this company had, I think it was like a less than 10% chance of succeeding. Less than 10%. Oh, it's a really low amount. But nonetheless, he pursued it. Nonetheless, he went after it. Nonetheless, he continued on. Just like him and anybody else. What I do is I have a notebook. I have notebooks. And I have pages upon pages of different ideas that I want to pursue. And the truth about it is, not all of them always work. Not all my ideas always work. But it doesn't stop me from having ideas. I want you to think back as a kid. What was that one thing that you just love? What was that one thing that when you thought about, it just lit you up? That fire inside of you. Every child have a dream of what they want to pursue. Whether they pursue that or not, some kids always wanted to be a fireman. Some kids wanted to be doctors. Some kids wanted to be professional athletes. Whatever that thing that's been inside of you is, that idea, it's time for you to go back to it, and it's time for you to launch it. And I want to help you to understand what that looks like. Because in the world that we live in now, gone are the days of having security in a job. Gone are those days. It's not guaranteed anymore. You can get a job today, and 2 weeks later, things change significantly. And they'll let you know, listen, we're sorry, but we gotta let you go. It's just whatever reason, we'll have to let you go. So now is the time for the ideas that you've been holding behind. Now is the time for the ideas that you've been putting aside. Now is the time for you to let those ideas that have been placed inside of you by your creator. It's time for you to pursue those things. It's time for you to move forward with those things. And you're wondering, how is this going to happen? Now, before I get to that, I want to give you some reasons why people sit on ideas. And I'm sure that you can relate to one of these, right? You can relate to, why am I just sitting on this idea that I've had for, you know, whether it's for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years, however long that is. And some of you have been sitting on this idea that could make you wealthy for years now, sometimes 5, 10, 15, 20. I want to give you a few reasons why there is a delay in your ideas. And it's not always evil. It's not always the devil. It's not always that. Here are key things that are stopping your ideas, why you're not pursuing those things that are causing delay. Number one thing is fear of the unknown. We have this thing as human beings that when we don't know where we're going, when we don't know what's to come, we don't pursue it. The fear of the unknown has been stopping you from pursuing your ideas. The fear of the unknown has been stopping you from pursuing your goals, your dreams. The fear of the unknown has been stopping you from making moves. The fear of the unknown has been stopping you from taking risks. Now, I get it. You have to calculate your risks, especially when you have a family. You can't just do things willy-nilly anymore. You have to calculate. So fear is the number one thing, the number one reason why most people never pursue that dream. They never pursue that God-given idea. They push it back. Maybe next year. And that's why people that set New Year's resolution after 2 weeks never pursue it again. Fear. The next thing is perfectionism. You want everything to be perfect exactly how you want it to be. That right there's perfect. All those things are perfect, but it's never going to be that way. It's not always going to be perfect. You got to start where you are. Use what you have until you can get what you need. I see so many entrepreneurs. I see so many people that are waiting to get the perfect cameras. They're waiting for the perfect lighting. They're waiting for that special connection. They're waiting for that relationship. They're waiting for the funds, to come in. They're waiting. And sometimes you wait and wait and wait, and things never change. And you realize that you are in the same boat you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And life is moving on, but you still want to be perfection everything. You want to perfect everything. Now, I get it that you want to be a person of excellence. That's great. But don't let perfectionism steal your dreams from happening. Pursue them. Another thing, number three. So number one is fear. Number two is perfectionism. Number three is lack of clarity. When you don't have clarity about where you're going, you don't pursue any, you just go everywhere. When you don't have clarity about where you're going, you begin to run fast, but you're running in the wrong direction. In order for you to get to your destination, you have to have clarity, because clarity brings a certain level of focus, and focus always comes with speed. When you have focus about where you're going and clarity, you know exactly the distractions to get rid of. You know what is going to waste your time. You know who to connect to. You know who to build with. When you have clarity, you know exactly who you got to connect to, who you need to be able to deal with, who is going to be on your team. But if you don't like clarity, then everything that happens in your life, you get moved by it. Every little challenge, you break down. Every little obstacle, you throw in the towel. And you chase the next shiny things. This is one of the ways you can tell people that don't have clarity. They chase the next big thing. They chase the next shiny objects. They chase, oh, this is going to work. And then when it doesn't work out, they jump to something else. And there are people that in 1 year, they've started or try to start about 10 different businesses. They do this one. After 2 weeks, they get bored. Nah, I don't want this. Next one. After 3 months, nah. After about a week, after a few days, they are hopping left and right everywhere, but nothing is moving. Lack of clarity. So you need clarity. Number four, you lack a plan. You don't have any strategic plan for what to do next. You don't have any plans. You're just winging it. You're just going, okay, well, let's see how it goes. That is a sign for a person that has no plans at all. Let's see how it goes. Maybe things have changed, maybe not. And I've heard people say this. Why have a plan if it's not going to work out anyway? You don't know that. If you don't plan to succeed, you've automatically planned to fail, right? So you always need to have a game plan. What does that plan look like? Doesn't have to be perfect. What does that plan look like for the next 24 hours? The next 7 days? The next 1 month? What are your plans for the next phase of your life? I keep a notebook with me, and I have my 2030 plans already. I already have my 2030 plans, and I'm working on it still. One of the things too that you're going to notice about plants is that they are subject to change, because life happens and you have to adjust as life happens. When things begin to happen, you have to learn how to adjust. You got to learn how to adjust. Life happens, but that doesn't stop you from having a solid plan in place. So, what is your plan? What do you plan to do over the next year? Over the next 3 months? You got to have a plan. The next thing that why people don't move is that they feel like they need validation or permission from others. There are people that they can't do anything if they're not validated or permission from other people to do something. They have this idea, they have this dream, they got this thing they want to pursue, but you know what? I need permission from other people to let me do what I know that I'm called to do. You do not need permission from anyone else to pursue what your goal is, what your vision is, what their plan. You don't need permission from anybody. All you got to do is to make up your mind that comes what may, I will pursue this thing. Come what may, I will go after this thing. Come what may. Because when you build a life that's dependent on validation from other people, when you build a life where if someone doesn't say to you, oh, good job, or that looks great, or you sound great, or keep up the good work, if you can't move forward, you're always going to need validation from people to move on to, to do anything, because you're seeking that. You're waiting for that. If they don't validate you, then you feel like, maybe nobody cares. Look, you got to develop thick skin if you want to do business. You have to develop thick skin. What does that mean, develop thick skin? That means you're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure. Pressure, pressure, constant pressure, financial pressure, relationship pressure, family pressure, mental pressure, health pressure. You're going to have pressure coming all over. So you have to be able to realize that I'm built for this. I can do this. I got to stay strong with this. And if that's not you, then that's okay. If that's not you, then don't pursue your ideas. But I know that's not you. I know that the person that you are, you can do this. Now, the next thing is your story is your business idea, right? Your message is valuable. Don't ever underlook your message. I see so many people that are devaluing themselves because of the things they've been through. Whatever challenge that you overcame, whatever obstacle that you're dealing with, that is your message. That is value that you bring. There are so many other people that are on that same path as you. There are so many other people that are on that same journey as you. But they're just tired. They need to hear your story. How did you overcome that challenge? What did you do with so much pressure? How did you do it? And then you can let them know, I did it like this. These are the steps that I took for this. I got to a breaking point, but then I did this. I lost so much, but then I was able to overcome that, and I was able to get something back. I failed in this. I did. You have to be able to tell your story, even the ugliest parts of it, because the ugliest parts of your story is what people need to overcome theirs. Sometimes you look at your challenges and you go, man, if I share this part of my life, it's not going to help anybody else. Oh, it will. You'd be surprised how many people your story can help. You'd be surprised who is waiting to hear your story. People when you start a company or a business, people don't invest in your business because the business is this amazing idea. Sometimes, yeah, but I've seen people that had incredible ideas, but nobody bought into the business. You know why? They never bought into their story. If you have a moving story, a related story, and you connect it to your business, that is what is going to move people. Not you being perfect, not even your expertise. The one aspect of you that's been lost today is your humanity. People connect with people. People invest in people before they invest in your ideas. So if you can show them who you are, you can be who you are. There are people that are going to connect to that story. You don't know what they've been through in their own lives. You overcame this, you did this. So you've been sitting on this thing for a little while. Now, I want to talk about AI. AI should not replace your voice, right? AI should not become your God, but AI plays a significant role in getting your message out. AI plays a significant role in helping you to curate your content, to organize and to prepare and to strategize and to build things and to automate things and to launch things. AI plays a significant role in that. And that's why I built Praylum. That is going to allow coaches, entrepreneurs that, want to find a place where they can be able to use one tool. Like I'm going live right now. This is going to be on multiple platforms, but my initial recording is on the platform that I built, which is Praylum. Now, it took me several months to build it. It took me months, and there were times when I'm like, man, is so much work. It is so much work because even now, like I've been burning the midnight oil. Sometimes, my eyes get red because I stayed up late all night. Sometimes by 6 o'clock, I'm up. And then I don't go to bed again till sometimes 9 o'clock the following 9 p.m. the following day. Just doing stuff, doing work, doing work. So I understand. But you got to learn how to use AI to your advantage. You got to learn how to use AI to help you. Now, when it comes to the economy that we're in today, okay, there's about four different groups of people, and you're going to fall into one of these. There are four different groups of people today, and you fall into one of these. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Which one of these do you fall into? Okay. First, when it comes to AI, learn AI yourself to build something for you. Build the tool, build an automation system, use it to write a book, use it to your advantage. That's the first category, and that's the first group of people when it comes to AI. These are the creative. These are people that will go out and build things, learn things, move things. And I fall in that category. And I realized that as great as these other platforms are, having 24 plus years in the digital marketing, web design, and video production industry, I realized that at any given moment, these big platforms, they can block you, they can demonetize you, they can tell you, look, whatever reason, you can try to fight it, you can try to go, but I'm like, you know what? I need to build a tool that allows me and other coaches to be able to come in with their message. I need to be able to do that. So I learned how to do AI. I learned now the benefit that I have is that I come from a coding background. So the AI language and I'm coding with AI is something that I'm familiar with. I'm not oblivious, like, what's going on and not really sure. When I see there's a mistake, something doesn't look right, I can let the AI know, hey, that's not right. This not working. Let's fix this. Let's update that. Let's polish this. Let's, whatever. So that's the first group. The first group are the builders. The first group are the movers. The first group are the people that take, grab the bulls by the horn and like, we're gone with this AI thing. The next group are those where you want to be able to partner with someone. Right. So if you're saying, I don't want to get in, I'm not really good at AI stuff. I can't really build. I'm not good at coding. Yeah, I know AI does need you to code, but I don't want to do the legwork because it's too much. I can do little stuff here and there, but I don't want to get deep into it. Like, Matthew, you build your own platform, you create apps, from scratch. I don't want to do that. So the next group that you fall into is the group that want to partner. So you need to partner and connect with other platforms builder that already have the platform that you need, and then you need to use that platform to do the things that you need to do. So in my case, I wanted to build a platform specifically for coaches, for faith-based and Christian coaches, so they can be able to come in. You can host your meetings, you can go live, like I'm going live right now. You can book appointments, and you can create offers, you can upload your video. So I wanted to have a platform that do all those things, and I built this. So now, if you're not the builder, you know what, get with someone that's a builder. Get with someone that's already built what you're looking to do, and connect with them. Like, hey, look, I see the platform you're building, I want to connect with you, I want to launch in your platform. You do that, because by the time that you try to do it yourself, look, the amount of work, even with AI today, the amount of work that it takes to build an app like the one I'm doing right now, to build a solid platform, it takes a certain level of expertise. If you don't have that, of course you can vibe code anything. But I promise you, it is going to break and fall apart, because there's certain little things that if you're not in that industry, you don't really know what to tell the AI to do, how to debug certain things. As where someone like myself that I've been in the industry for a while, when I'm having issues, I know exactly what to look for. But a person that just vibe coding just to put stuff out there, they're not thinking 3 years from now, 5 years from now. They just think, let me just put this out and just make some money, whatever. If that's your goal, then so be it. So first group, you're the go-getters, you're the builders. Second group, you want to partner with people that are already doing it. The third group is people that say, you know what, I don't want to build, I don't really want to partner at that level, but I want to join a community within a platform. You know what? I want to just join with other people and just connect on that level. I'm not trying to do all this at this level, and that's fine. So now that you want to connect with other people that are in that space, in your industry, in your niche, and you want to say, hey, man, listen, what are you doing? How you generating leads, how you making sales, how you scaling your business. That, like, you want to connect with people at that level. So that's the third group, that you got to be able to connect with people, different people. So we have groups on there. One of the features that I built on the app specifically, but it's not rolled out to the web yet, is the ability for groups, where you can create your own group, you can join groups. And again, you want to be connected. You don't want to do this alone. You don't want to be this lone ranger and trying to figure it all by yourself. You want to be able to connect. So join a smart group, join people that are already doing this. And then the fourth group are those that just, they do nothing. They just do nothing, and they just, man, this AI stuff, I'm tired of it. It's crazy, it's evil, it's demonic, it's this, whatever. They don't want to do anything with AI at all. And those people are realizing that AI has dominated the world at such a level that you have to use AI at some point in anything that you do, and everything that you do at some level. So those people, they just complain. They just sit back. They don't want to do anything about AI. They just, AI, whatever, I get to it later. But I know that you're different. I know that you're different. And that's why I built, Praylum. It's a free platform that you can join. You can start your coaching journey, right? Or you can scale your coaching business. You can get clients, you can book sessions, you can have meetings, right? You can create groups. Your groups can be free or they can be paid. You can schedule meetings every week, every month, every weekday. You have the ability to do all that with the platform. So now the ball is in your court. What are you going to do with this idea that you have? What are you going to do with this idea that you've been sitting on for a long time? What are you going to do with it? Or are you going to just say, hey, maybe next year? Maybe I'll just another New Year's resolution? New Year's resolution, they never work, and there's a reason why they don't work. Because you get excited about something and then I'm not going to do it again. And that's why gym membership is January. The first 2-3 weeks, my goodness, people going back to the gym. I want to get cut up, man. I want to get back in shape. I want to do all this. After by the third week, it drops down significantly. And by March, all those people that set a New Year's resolution to go back to the gym, they haven't been back ever since. So here's the thing. Don't give up on your idea that God has given you. Don't give up on that idea. I want to connect with you and I want to help you with that idea. I want to help you to launch that idea. I want to help you to take that just from stuff that's in your head to put it down on paper and then to actually launch and execute it. Because now, if there's ever been a time for you to launch your own idea, it's now. If there's ever been a time for you to pursue your own business, it's now. If there's ever been a time for you to connect with other people that are in the same industry, in the same niche, learn from them, build from them, is now. If there's ever been a time for you to go after that thing, is now. Don't wait to be perfect. Don't wait to get a camera that has the perfect lighting. Like I have my professional studios. I got 2 professional cameras and lights and the whole setup, but I'm using my phone right now. Because why? It's easier, it's convenient. With my regular setup, I got to turn the camera on, I got to go on the computer, I got to get the settings for that, and I got to change this, and I got to change that, and I got to get all this stuff. Now, it comes out beautiful, but it takes so much, So I just get my phone, and you can do the same thing too. So I want you to go on the App Store. Go and search for Praylum, Praylum, and you can download the app for free. Download the app, launch your coaching business, scale it, take it to the next level. On the app, you can host your meetings. You can go live. You can make money. You can book appointments. You can upload your video. You can run your entire business on the Praylum app from anywhere in the world. Anywhere. And there's never been a better time for you to do that. Business in your pocket. Don't sit on that idea anymore. Don't sit on it. You have to move it. So I want you to do this. I want you to make up in your mind that the ideas that you've been putting on the side, you've been just pushing aside, and the ideas that just seem so far-fetched that you want to do these things. I want you to get pen and paper right now. If you're able to, if you're able to, get a pen and paper or iPad or tablet or something. Take a moment, clear your head, and say, you know what? These are the ideas that I've been sitting on for a while. I haven't pursued these ideas yet, but I'm going to do it starting right now. And you start right now by writing those ideas down. When you write them down, when you see them, you're 80% more likely to accomplish what you've written down than what you don't have down at all. That's a significant jump. 80% more likely to pursue things you've written down than things you haven't written down at all. So first, write the ideas that you have down, regardless of how silly it is. That business you want to start, write it down. That venture you want to take, write it down. And then once you write it down, just take a moment to do some research. Before I created this Praylum platform, I did research for 2 years, and I realized that there's a huge gap, right? When you're doing your research, find the gaps. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. When you're starting something, do not try and reinvent the wheel. Because the bottom line is, what you want to do has already been done at the highest level. You just need to find the gap. So the gap that I found in the coaching is, first, the faith-based or Christian platforms. There's no all-in-one solution, not even in the secular world, that puts everything that I have in the package in a systematic way. And I realized that the other platforms, they weren't built from the ground up as a coaching platform. They just added coaching tools because, of course, demand came, but the infrastructure wasn't built for that, right? So you want to do research to know exactly the industry, find the gaps in your industry. Don't try to be perfect. Find the smallest gaps, whatever gaps that you can fill, find it. Find those gaps and you begin to build around the gaps that you see. Don't reinvent the wheel, to start over. So now that you're going to have the gaps, then you got to decide how you want to pursue this thing, right? Now there's so many different tools that people can use. I mean, so many. People get stuck on, do I use this? Do I use that? You pick one tool that you want to use that works for you. Now, of course, you're going to use multiple tools, but there's always going to be your go-to. And Praylum, if you want to get into coaching, you want to launch a coaching business, it's your go-to. And then you use it to build from there. But don't let anything else hold you back. And I want to ask you this important question, okay? What is stopping you, holding you back from launching your coaching business? What is holding you back from pulling the trigger? What is stopping you from moving forward? What is your bottleneck? What is that one thing that you're like, it feels like it's so much resistance? What is that one thing? The one thing that you're struggling with is the exact same thing thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of people are struggling with as well. The exact same thing. So you just have to be able to understand that you're not alone in this journey. There are others too that are going through that same thing. And I'd love to connect with you. Make sure that you're sharing this video, you're liking, you're subscribing if you haven't already. And I look forward to working with you along this journey to be able to take those ideas from your mind and let them manifest in your life. It can happen, but you just have to make sure that you're ready to go on this journey, because it is a journey of a lifetime. And as you pray, God know exactly who to connect you with. He know who to connect you with, when to connect you with them, how to connect you with it, all of that. So you don't have to be afraid anymore. There's a Bible verse, 2 Timothy, I think it's 5:7. It says, "For God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and of a sound mind." Fear is one of those things that grip people to their core. They don't move forward because they're afraid. They don't move forward because I don't know what's going to happen. They don't move forward, so because they're afraid, they just don't do anything. But not you. Not you at all. So now is the perfect time for you to step out in faith and launch a business. Again, go to the App Store, App Store to download Praylum for free. Start your coaching business, and I look forward to helping you launch it or scale it.